What if the reason you were born has nothing to do with chance? What if your existence is not the result of random biology, but the continuation of an ancient journey your soul has been traveling for lifetimes? Pause for a moment. Before your first breath, before your name, before your parents even knew you would arrive. What if a deeper intelligence had already chosen this life? Chosen this body? Chosen this family? Chosen this era? Chosen these struggles? And what if discovering the real reason you were born changes the way you see every challenge you've ever faced? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may understand your life in a way you never have before. And if something inside you already feels curious, stirred, awakened, subscribe to Divya Antar. This channel is not just information. It is remembrance. Comment below, I am ready to know why I was born. And share this video with someone who feels lost right now. Because maybe they're not lost. Maybe they're searching for this exact truth. Now let us go deeper. Across continents and cultures, humanity has asked the same question: why am I here? In the United States, it's called purpose. In the United Kingdom, it's philosophy. In Canada and Australia, it's identity and meaning. In ancient India, it was liberation. But the question is universal. Are we just biological organisms designed to survive and reproduce? Is life about career success, financial security, relationships, and eventual decline? Or is there something far greater happening behind the scenes? According to the teachings of, human birth is not random. It is rare. It is intentional. It is sacred. He taught that we are not bodies with souls. We are souls temporarily operating through bodies. The body is a vehicle. The mind is an instrument. But consciousness, that quiet awareness behind your thoughts, that is who you truly are. And consciousness does not begin at birth. It continues. Human birth happens when the soul reaches a stage of awareness where it can consciously evolve. Animals live by instinct. Humans live by choice. Animals react. Humans reflect. And reflection is the doorway to awakening. Think about it. A dog does not sit under the night sky wondering about the meaning of existence. A bird does not question its identity. But you do. You question everything. Why do I feel this way? Why do patterns repeat? Why does success sometimes feel empty? Why do I feel older than my age? Why does something inside me feel eternal? These questions are not random thoughts. They are signs of spiritual maturity. According to Yogananda, the soul evolves through many states of awareness. Human life is the turning point. It is the moment consciousness becomes self-aware enough to choose growth. That is why human birth is considered precious. Not because humans are superior, but because humans are capable of transcendence. And here is where it becomes even more profound. Before incarnation, the soul carries impressions from past experiences, what many traditions call karma. Karma is not punishment. It is memory. It is unfinished lessons seeking balance. Have you ever noticed how certain patterns repeat in your life? The same type of partner. The same insecurity. The same fear. The same financial struggle. The same emotional trigger. It feels different on the surface. But energetically, it is familiar. This repetition is not bad luck. It is unresolved awareness. Human birth gives you the ability to break these patterns consciously. That is one of the primary reasons you were born. To exhaust karma. To bring unconscious tendencies into awareness. To respond differently than before. Because karma survives through unconscious reaction. The moment you observe instead of react, something shifts. Freedom begins. Another reason for human birth is realization. We spend most of life identifying with temporary things. My job defines me. My trauma defines me. My nationality defines me. My appearance defines me. But what happens when those things change? Who are you without your title? Without your success? Without your failure? Yogananda taught that the deepest purpose of human life is to discover your true identity, not as a personality, but as consciousness itself. This is not abstract philosophy. It is direct experience. When you sit quietly, when you observe your thoughts, when you realize you are the watcher behind the mind, you begin to remember. You are not the passing emotion. You are not the anxious thought. You are not the temporary story. You are awareness experiencing form. And human birth gives you the cognitive ability to realize this. Now let us address something uncomfortable. If life is sacred, why is there suffering? Why heartbreak? Why anxiety? Why injustice? Why illness? Why loss? From a purely material perspective, suffering seems meaningless. From a spiritual perspective, suffering is friction. And friction produces growth. Without contrast, awareness does not sharpen. Without challenge, consciousness does not awaken. This does not minimize trauma. It does not invalidate pain, but it reframes it. You are not being punished. You are being refined. Gold is purified through fire. Consciousness is purified through experience. Every difficulty you face carries a hidden question. Will you react the same way, or will you respond differently? That choice is evolution. And that leads to another extraordinary aspect of human birth: free will. Animals evolve automatically. Humans evolve intentionally. You can choose forgiveness. You can choose restraint. You can choose discipline. You can choose awareness. Or you can choose distraction. Technology in modern life amplifies this choice. You are born in an era of unprecedented stimulation, infinite information, constant comparison, endless entertainment. You can numb yourself endlessly, or you can awaken faster than any generation before you. This era is not accidental. Souls incarnate in timelines that match their evolutionary pace. Perhaps you chose intensity, because fast growth requires strong environments. Have you ever felt like you don't quite belong? Too spiritual for purely material conversations. Too introspective for surface-level living. Too aware to be completely distracted. That feeling is not alienation. It is awakening. You are remembering that human life is not just about external achievement. In Western cultures especially, success is equated with worth, career, money, recognition, productivity. But many who achieve these things still feel empty. Why? Because external success fulfills the ego, but the soul seeks realization. You were not born to merely accumulate. You were born to awaken. And awakening does not always look glamorous. It looks like questioning. It looks like solitude. It looks like outgrowing old patterns. It looks like feeling uncomfortable in environments that once felt normal. It feels like remembering something you cannot fully explain. You begin to sense that life is happening for you, not to you. You begin to notice synchronicities. Conversations that arrive at the perfect time. Books that appear when you need guidance. Videos like this one, showing up when you are ready. These are not coincidences. They are signals. Your awareness is expanding. And expansion is the true purpose of human birth. Eventually, the goal is not endless reincarnation. The goal is freedom from compulsion. Freedom from unconscious desire. Freedom from reactive emotion. Freedom from ego-driven identity. When nothing external controls your inner state. When peace becomes independent of circumstance. When awareness remains steady despite chaos. The purpose of human life has been fulfilled. Not through death. Through realization. And here is the most powerful truth of all. You were not born too early. You were not born too late. You were not misplaced. You were precisely timed. Every challenge, every relationship, every success, every failure, all of it serves a deeper intelligence guiding your evolution. You may not see the entire design, but you can trust the process. Because the very fact that you are questioning your existence means you are ready for deeper awareness. You were born to remember that you are more than your story, more than your past, more than your body, more than your fear. You are consciousness temporarily experiencing humanity. And human birth is the opportunity to realize that fully. So the next time you feel confused, the next time you feel lost, the next time you question why you are here, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what is this moment teaching my awareness? Because that question alone begins to fulfill the reason you were born. If this message resonated with you, comment below, I remember. Subscribe to Divya Antar for deeper explorations into karma, consciousness, and awakening. Share this video with someone who feels like life must mean more than routine survival. Because maybe They are not lost. They are remembering. And the real reason you were born? It was never random. It was evolution. It was awakening. It was sacred.